What's up, everyone? All right, so here we are, end of May. It's been an incredible month, some big green days, but some pretty big red days. So I'm finishing the month with $75,000 of profit, but I started the month with a $3,000 red day, and I'm ending with a $3,000 red day. So sandwiched between those two $3,000 red days, we've got about $81,000 of profit. That's a nice sandwich. So finishing the month net about 75 grand. It's a good month. I mean, all in all, this has been really awesome. Last year, May 2017, I made $17,000. So comparatively, it's been incredible, but you know, with trading, there's an ebb and flow. Some months, you know, one year will be really great, the next year it'll be slow, and most likely it's, you know, it all kind of evens out in the end. So I'm just hoping that we have a strong summer. The first 2 weeks of May were amazing. I made $70,000 in the first week and then $25,000 in the second and a half week or something like that. And then the last 2 weeks have been really slow. So I'm hoping that things turn around and start to really, you know, move back in the right direction. Today was one of those days where the market was not on my side. It's like everything I got into went the other direction. And I wasn't on. I traded 4 stocks and I was red on all 4. I did have some profits that I gave back, being a little too aggressive on 2 of the trades, but today I don't know, we didn't see the momentum. So it was a little bit of a slower day, but that's all right. It's been an amazing month and I'm okay with that. So hopefully tomorrow, first day of June, we'll be able to start with a little bit of profit. But you know what? Even if I start in the red, it doesn't mean anything. I could still have an amazing month of June, and I'm excited. Summer is here. It's time to just, you know, trade in the morning and then spend the afternoon outside, going to the beach, getting on the lake, doing what you love to do. All right, so anyways, we'll break down all of today's trades in today's midday market recap. And we're gonna go over the trades from this morning. This was a wild month. We're finishing the month of May, and you know, I started the month with a red day and I'm ending the month with a red day, but I'm finishing up $75,000 this month. It's been a crazy month. Some huge green days, but also some big red days. It's just been really all over the place. We've seen you know, some big opportunities, but there's also been a lot of choppiness in the market, especially in the last 2 weeks. And this is not actually that much different from the month of April. The month of April was amazing for the first 2 weeks, and then the second 2 weeks were really choppy. And that was the same for May. First 2 weeks of May, I made like almost $80,000, and in the second 2 weeks, yeah, last week I was break even, and this week I'm down like $2,000 so far. So, you know, it's just been one of those weeks where we're not seeing good follow through. And I'm a little bit disappointed today that I'm finishing in the red. I was obviously hoping to be green today. And, you know, for me, being red is disappointing, but I'm a trader. So I have to get used. I mean, it's not a matter of getting used to. I've been doing this for a long time. I just have to, you know, be okay with being red, because you can't fight it. There are just going to be days where you close in the red, and you know, it is what it is. So today is maybe a little bit of a more frustrating day because I'm red on all of the names that I traded. So remember yesterday I was red on 3 out of the 4 names, and then I had that one, you know, home run trade that made up for all of them. Well, today I don't have a home run trade to make up for all of them. And I don't have a blowout loss. I don't have any big, massive loss. I just have lots of small losses, and those add up. So today's one of those days where I just didn't get a lot of good follow through on the stocks that I trade within my strategy. So finishing the day down $3,000, which is disappointing. I started the month with a $3,000 red day, and you know, in between these 2 red days, sandwiched between them, we've got, you know, almost, well, I guess it's $81,000 of profit in the middle, and then $3,000 loss on the beginning and $3,000 loss on the end. So, you know, I'm not gonna cry, and I'm not gonna be disappointed, because it's been an amazing month. And you know, years ago I would have killed for a $75,000 month. I would have been just, you know, so excited. So you know, this is one of those things where with trading, you have to take the good with the bad. And so the good, of course, is a day where you make $30,000. On Wednesday the 2nd, I made $29,000. On Thursday the 3rd, I made another $29,000 in 2 days. The week of the 14th to the 18th, I made $25,000. So it's like, that's the good. The bad is Wednesday the 9th, I lost $13,000. That was actually, I think, my worst day of the year, and it was brutal. I mean, it wasn't fun at all. That was very disappointing. I wasn't a happy camper on that day. Today I'm down 3,000. I'm not a happy camper. I'm not excited about it. But mostly just because it becomes a little bit taxing when you have like loss after loss after loss, because you're like, geez, Louise, what am I doing wrong here? Why aren't we seeing better follow through in the market? So first of all, today I didn't have anything on the watch list that I liked, nothing at all. So the watch list was a dud. There was nothing on the gap scanner that looked good. MDGS was the leading gapper, but or MDGL, but at $200, this was just out of my price range. So I don't trade this type of stuff. I just leave it alone. So first stock that was on our scanners was JILL, Jill. And on this one, I jumped in it shortly out of the gates when it was doing this little 1 minute pullback right here, this little 1 minute micro pullback. I got in and then I got stopped out on this red candle right there. So, this was a good flag pattern, but it broke down. It didn't retest high of day, which is what our target would be. It broke the low and dropped. So that was disappointing, and I lost almost $1,000 on it with 7,500 shares. So Jill stopped out of that one. Next one was VKTX. And on my first trade on VKTX, I got in at $7.95 right here, and I sold on this move up through $8. And I made $1,000 on it. So I actually went to being down only $24 on the day. And so at that point I was like, all right, I've recovered a little bit of the loss, not bad. I then get back in it right here at 8.35. I get back in for the break over this pivot, the high of the candle at 10.13, and I'm anticipating a retest of high of day. It then drops to 7.93 and I stop out for a $1,500 loss. So I went from up 1,000 on it to down 500. And now I went from down, 1,000 on the day to down 1,500 on the day. It curls up here. I get back in at this area, a little extended at like 85 for the break over 90, and I get stopped out as it comes back down. So I lost another $250 on it, and I'm down 770 on the day, despite the fact that the stock is up like 85%. So I feel like my strategy didn't really work well on this stock, and that's a little disappointing, but it is what it is. So this one I got stopped out. Trading on the 1 minute chart just was not easy. The 5 minute in this case was actually a little bit more predictable, and the 1 minute was quite choppy. So gave back some profit on VKTX, and then NDRA, this one hit the scanners. I didn't call it out in the room. I thought the risk was too high on it. The volume was very low. I was thinking maybe it would break over the highs and go up to $3. I got in right here, and then I got stopped out as it came back down. So lost 1,000 on that one, which was a stupid trade. And that one's kind of emotional. That was a little bit of FOMO. I just sort of jumped in it, and I didn't want to call it out because I knew it was sort of a stupid trade, and so I lost money on it, and that was my own fault. So that was $1,000 of unnecessary losses. And then BOXL, I jumped in this one. It's once I hit the scanner, I jumped in for the break of 750, 747, and it got all the way up to 95. But I took the approach of trying to add on it, thinking because there was news on it and because it was hitting the scanners, that maybe it would squeeze up into a circuit breaker halt and actually give us a nice setup, maybe a move up towards 968, which was our daily resistance point. So on this one, I kind of was swinging for the fences a little bit, and then I got stopped out on these two candles when it came all the way back down to 780. So I lost $329 on that. So that's what I get for trading past 10:30. I trade the first hour for the most part, and trading this one at this time of day was kind of a little bit stupid. But it was on the scanners. I thought maybe it would take off. It did have news this morning, but nope, didn't work out for me. So that's where today gets a little bit frustrating, is not even as much the amount that I'm down, but the fact that I took like 7 stabs at different setups, and I just my accuracy was poor. So it is what it is. This is part of trading. The interesting thing is doing the exact same thing will produce different results on different days depending on the strength of the overall market. And that's what gets very confusing. There are days where you can break rules. You can be buying stocks really high and it pays off. There are days where doing everything right, buying at the correct entry points, you get stopped out because you're in a choppy market. So that's where things can start to get a little taxing emotionally, because you're like, I'm following all the rules and I'm still losing money. And then a day where you just get sloppy and you break the rules, that's when you get that bailout, and a stock like NDRA or BOXL ends up saving your day. And it's like, you weren't really following the rules. It wasn't really a good setup, but it worked. So I don't know. In any case, I'm not going to complain. I'm up $75,000 this month, maybe 74 after commissions and stuff. I'll see what it's at, but somewhere right around there. The IRA is sitting at $21,000, a little bit of profit on this month, and I'm pleased with that. So last May, just to put it in perspective, last May I made $17,000. I was putting myself in trader rehab. I was in Italy, and I had lost $4,000 in April. And so I said coming into May that I was going to be on trader rehab. I was going to be disciplined and just try to really stay focused. So $17,000 last year and $75,000 this year. So year over year, I'm up like 400%, which is really, really good. Last year in February, I made $68,000. But this year in February, I lost 10 grand. So, it's the ebb and the flow. I'm sitting right now up $278,000 this year. I'm at $613,000 in the account that I started January 1st, 2017 with $583. So I'm at $613,000. Life is good. $386,000 until I hit the $1 million big line in the sand. So still in kind of the middle of the marathon here. It's just got to stick with it, stay focused. If the summer gets slow, if the summer gets choppy the way it did last year, I'll just have to buckle down and settle in. But I'm willing to do that, and I know I'll come out on the other side stronger and better, and I'll just keep growing. So for all of you guys who have been watching over my shoulder this month, it's been a lot of fun. I want to thank those of you who have contributed to the Memorial Day Warrior Trading Gives Back challenge and made a pledge. For me, half of my profits from this month are going to charity, so that's around $37,000, which is great. I was hoping that we would get it up to $50,000. If I had made 100 grand, that would have been the case, but I didn't quite get there. So that's all right. 37,000 is still good. That'll help a lot of those charities here in the Berkshires accomplish some really good things. So that's all good. And those of you who've been watching and seeing, these gains, these crazy big days, I know you're getting excited and you're thinking, all right, how do I get started? I want to get into the market. And I just want to encourage you guys to keep trading in the simulator. Trade, practice. You'll get to a point in a simulator where your metrics will justify trading with real money. And when you get to that point, that's when you flip the switch and you go to real money. But until then, practice in the simulator. This summer is a great time. Summer in general is a great time to practice, because you get generally an opportunity to be really disciplined and really focused. And then coming into the fall, that's when the market picks up. September, October, November, December, those are usually really strong months. So spend the time studying this summer. Today's the last day of our Memorial Day sale. We'd love to have you guys join the Warrior Starter course or the Warrior Pro course. Both of them include access to our chat room. They'll give you a chance to trade in the simulator and go through our classes. These classes have been taken by thousands of students before you who are now on the other side trading profitably. So make this the summer where you learn how to trade. Commit yourself to it. All right, so that's it for me. I'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning. We'll finish up the week, first day of June, hopefully with just a little bit of profit. But it's been a choppy week, so I'm not going to try to swing for the fences. I'm just going to try to make a little bit of money and try to finish the month with, or finish the week with some strength. All right, so that's it for me, and I'll see you all back here first thing tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., 9:15, pre-market analysis. All right, I'll see you guys then.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Well, I was just working on the dream board for my next home run trade. Hopefully it comes soon. Until then, make sure you subscribe to get email alerts anytime I go live or upload new videos. Until then, happy surfing